Get ready for a journey across the stars and the exploration of the unknown. Welcome to our channel, where we celebrate the brave explorers of the final frontier. Today, we'll be taking a look at the top 10 most powerful and iconic female characters from the legendary Star Trek universe. These women have inspired generations, breaking boundaries and making history both on-screen and off. But before we dive into this epic list, don't forget to subscribe for your daily dose of space content. Leave a comment with the number 1 and fasten your seatbelt as we get ready to be awestruck by the boldest heroines ever to step onto a starship. Gates McFadden, as Dr. Beverly Crusher in Star Trek, The Next Generation, brought warmth, intelligence, and professionalism to the role of the ship's chief medical officer. McFadden combined medical expertise with empathetic care, handling complex ethical dilemmas and personal relationships. Her close bond with her son Wesley and her strong connection with Captain Picard added emotional depth, making Dr. Crusher one of the most beloved doctors in the Star Trek universe. Gates McFadden, born on March 2, 1949, is currently 75 years old and continues to be active in the entertainment industry with ongoing acting, directing, and voiceover projects. She remains a respected figure within the Star Trek community as well as in the broader world. McFadden briefly left Star Trek, The Next Generation, during its second season due to creative differences behind the scenes, but she returned in the third season, much to the delight of fans. She has also pursued a career in choreography, particularly with Jim Henson Productions, showcasing her talents beyond the screen. McFadden began her career in the field of theater and worked for many years as a choreographer before transitioning to television and film. Her background in dance and movement added a unique depth to her acting, allowing her to convey subtle gestures and emotions in her performances. She first gained widespread recognition when she was cast as Dr. Beverly Crusher in Star Trek, The Next Generation, a role that quickly brought her international acclaim. McFadden was born in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio, and pursued a performing arts career from a young age. She studied theater and later dance, working in both fields before making a name for herself in television. Known for her dedication to her craft, McFadden balanced her acting career with her passion for teaching and directing. She has a son who was born while she was working on Star Trek, The Next Generation. McFadden has kept much of her personal life private, but she has spoken about the importance of family and how her experience as a mother influenced her portrayal of the relationship between Beverly Crusher and her son Wesley on screen. McFadden's absence in Season 2 of Star Trek. The Next Generation was due to creative differences with the production team, but she returned in Season 3 following fan requests and improved working relationships. Her departure and return became a famous part of the show's history, but did not affect her relationship with fans or her co-stars. Gates McFadden initially auditioned for the role of Counselor Deanna Troi, but was ultimately cast as Dr. Beverly Crusher. McFadden's choreography work includes famous dance scenes in Labyrinth, where she collaborated with Jim Henson. She continues to be active in theater, frequently directing plays and teaching acting classes. The character of Beverly Crusher's son, Wesley Crusher, was portrayed by Will Wheaton, and McFadden has maintained a close relationship with Wheaton in real life, reflecting the bond between their characters on screen. Terry Farrell as Jadzia Dax in Star Trek, Deep Space. 9 brilliantly combined intellect and youthful energy, portraying a Trill being who carries centuries of experience. Farrell skillfully balanced the ancient wisdom of the symbiont with the adventurous spirit of the host, Jadzia. Her performance explored themes of identity and personal growth, with strong relationships, particularly with Benjamin Sisko and Worf, making Jadzia a beloved and memorable character in the Star Trek universe. Terry Farrell, born on November 19, 1963, is currently 60 years old. After stepping away from acting for a period, she reconnected with the Star Trek fan community and occasionally appears at conventions, continuing to engage with her fans. Terry Farrell's departure from Star Trek. Deep Space Nine at the end of Season 6 was a memorable moment for both fans and the show. She left due to contract negotiations, which led to the death of her character, Jadzia Dax, in the storyline. Her exit and the character's death shocked many fans, marking one of the most emotional moments in the series. Despite this, Farrell has remained closely associated with the role of Jadzia and has embraced the Star Trek community in the years since. Farrell started her career as a fashion model before transitioning into acting. She appeared in various films and television shows during the 1980s, but her breakthrough role came in 1993 when she was cast as Jadzia Dax in Star Trek: Deep Space Nine. Farrell's portrayal of Dax, with wisdom yet vitality, quickly made her a fan favorite, and she continued in the role for 6 seasons. Born in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, Terry Farrell began her career as a model in her teenage years before deciding to pursue acting. She studied acting at the Stella Adler Conservatory in New York before landing her first major roles. Farrell has been candid about the challenges she faced when entering Hollywood as a young woman, including her decision to step back from acting to focus on her personal life. Farrell has been married twice and has a son from her marriage to actor Brian Baker. In 2018, she married Adam Nimoy, the son of Leonard Nimoy, which further strengthened her connection to the Star Trek legacy. Terry Farrell's departure from Star Trek. Deep Space Nine was the result of contract disputes, and this decision led to one of the most tragic moments in the show when Jadzia died. However, Farrell later reconciled with the Star Trek community and openly discussed her decision in interviews. The character of Jadzia Dax was written as a complex being with the experiences of 7 previous hosts, making her one of the most unique characters in the Star Trek universe. The romantic relationship between Jadzia and Worf was a standout storyline in Deep Space Nine, and their wedding on the show was a significant plot point. After stepping away from acting, Farrell became a stay-at-home mom before returning to the public eye by engaging with the Star Trek community at conventions and fan events. Nichelle Nichols' performance as Nyota Uhura in Star Trek broke racial barriers by introducing a black woman in a position of power and intellect as the communications officer aboard the USS Enterprise. Uhura was a vital professional character known for her confidence and grace. Her role made history with one of the first interracial kisses on television, symbolizing progress in media representation. Nichelle Nichols was born on December 28, 1932, and passed away on July 30, 2022, at the age of 89. She left behind a legacy not only in entertainment, but also as an advocate for space exploration and beyond. In addition to her acting career, Nichols worked with NASA to recruit women and minorities into the space program, helping to pave the way for more inclusive representation in both Hollywood and science. Nichelle Nichols began her career as a singer and dancer before transitioning into acting. Her early work included musical theater and performances with the Duke Ellington Band. Her role as Uhura in Star Trek became the defining moment of her career, leading to widespread recognition and a lasting cultural influence. Nichols was born in Robbins, Illinois, and developed a love for the performing arts from a young age. Throughout her life, she remained dedicated to promoting diversity and equality both on screen and in real life. Despite facing challenges in a male-dominated industry, she earned the admiration of her peers and became a role model for generations of actors to come. Nichelle Nichols had a son, Kyle Johnson, from her first marriage. She kept many details of her personal life private, but was known for her warm personality and commitment to charitable activities, particularly those related to space exploration and civil rights. Although she did not receive major awards for her television work, Nichols was honored with numerous Lifetime Achievement Awards and was a pioneer in breaking racial barriers on television. Her contributions to the entertainment industry, civil rights, and space advocacy were widely admired, including by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., who encouraged her to remain with Star Trek due to the positive impact her role had on representation. Nichols had planned to leave Star Trek after the first season, but Dr. King convinced her to stay, recognizing the importance of her role as a trailblazer. She later became a NASA ambassador and played a pivotal role in recruiting female and minority astronauts, including Sally Ride and Guion Bluford. Kate Mulgrew played Captain Kathryn Janeway in Star Trek. Voyager, and her portrayal of the character is considered a groundbreaking moment as she became the first female captain in the franchise. Mulgrew brought intelligence, determination, and compassion to Janeway, balancing scientific curiosity with a strong sense of duty. Her portrayal symbolized leadership and perseverance as Janeway led her crew through the challenges of being stranded 70,000 light-years from home. Mulgrew's commanding presence and chemistry with her colleagues, especially Robert Beltran and Jerry Ryan, made Janeway one of the most memorable captains in Star Trek history. Kate Mulgrew, born on April 29, 1955, is currently 69 years old and remains a prominent figure in television and theater. She continues to be involved in various projects and engages with the Star Trek fan community. Mulgrew is also well known for her critically acclaimed role as Galina Red Reznikov in Orange is the New Black, where she portrayed a tough Russian inmate. Additionally, she authored a memoir titled Born with Teeth, which offers insights into her personal life and career, including her experiences playing Captain Janeway. Kate Mulgrew's acting career began on stage and in daytime television, notably in Ryan's Hope, where she first gained recognition. Her breakthrough came in 1995 when she was cast as Captain Janeway, a role that transformed her career. Initially, Mulgrew was not the first choice for Janeway, but her powerful performance quickly made her own the character and led Voyager through 7 successful seasons. Kate Mulgrew was born in Dubuque, Iowa, and grew up in a large Irish Catholic family. She studied acting at NYU's Tisch School of the Arts but dropped out early to pursue her acting career. Mulgrew has been open about the personal challenges she faced, including giving up her first child for adoption and later reconnecting with them. These life experiences have deeply influenced both her acting and her advocacy work. Kate Mulgrew has been married twice and has 3 children. She has spoken openly about the challenges of balancing her career with family life, particularly during her time on Star Trek, Voyager, when the demanding filming schedule often kept her away from her family. Throughout her career, Mulgrew has received critical acclaim for her roles on both stage and television. She was nominated for an Emmy for her work on Orange is the New Black and won a Saturn Award for Best TV Actress for her portrayal of Captain Janeway. Mulgrew has also received numerous accolades from the science fiction community for her contributions to Star Trek. Her memoir was warmly received, praised for its honesty and insight. Kate Mulgrew initially auditioned for the role of Captain Janeway under her married name, Katie Mulgrew, to avoid any preconceived judgments about her. She has a deep passion for Shakespearean theater and often returns to the stage between her television projects. Mulgrew's portrayal of Captain Janeway paved the way for strong female roles in science fiction and television in general. In real life, Mulgrew is known for her quick wit and strong opinions, much like her character in Star Trek. Zoe Saldana portrayed Nyota Uhura in the rebooted Star Trek films, bringing a modern energy to this iconic role. Saldana's Uhura is a strong, intelligent woman who plays an active role in the missions, showcasing her expertise in linguistics. Her chemistry with Chris Pine, who plays Kirk, and Zachary Quinto, who plays Spock, particularly the romantic relationship between Spock and Uhura, added emotional depth to the storyline. Zoe Saldana redefined Uhura for a new generation while honoring the legacy of the original character. Zoe Saldana, born on June 19, 1978, is 46 years old and continues to be a prominent figure in Hollywood, taking on major roles in blockbuster franchises such as Avatar and Guardians of the Galaxy, in addition to her work in Star Trek. She has received widespread praise for her portrayal of Uhura in the Star Trek films, including Star Trek 2009, Star Trek Into Darkness 2013, and Star Trek Beyond 2016, with her strong performances highlighting Uhura's courage, competence, and resilience in a field predominantly led by men. In addition to Star Trek, Zoe Saldana is also renowned for her work in globally successful films, solidifying her status as one of Hollywood's top action actresses. Saldana began her acting career in the late 1990s with small roles in films such as Center Stage 2000 and Crossroads 2002. Her breakthrough came in 2009 when she starred in Star Trek and Avatar, both of which became global blockbusters. Her portrayal of Uhura helped bring the character back to mainstream audiences, and Saldana played a key role in the success of the Star Trek reboot. Zoe Saldana was born in New Jersey to a family with Dominican and Puerto Rican roots. She grew up in Queens, New York, and spent part of her childhood in the Dominican Republic. Her diverse background and passion for dance and theater led her to pursue a career in acting. Saldana has spoken about the importance of diversity in Hollywood and uses her platform to advocate for representation. She is married to Italian artist Marco Perego, and together they have 3 children. Saldana has also been open about the challenges of balancing motherhood with her busy acting career. Zoe Saldana has received widespread acclaim for her performances across numerous franchises, becoming one of the highest-paid actresses in the film industry. Her films, including the Star Trek reboots, Avatar, and Guardians of the Galaxy, have grossed billions of dollars worldwide. Saldana is one of the few actors to participate in 3 of the highest-grossing film franchises of all time: Avatar, Star Trek, and Guardians of the Galaxy. Trained as a dancer before transitioning into acting, her ballet background has helped her excel in physically demanding roles in action films. Additionally, Saldana is fluent in both English and Spanish, a skill that greatly benefited her portrayal of Nyota Uhura, the communications officer and language specialist in Star Trek. Nana Visitor's portrayal of Kira Nerys in Star Trek: Deep Space. 9 brought strength and emotional depth to the character of a former freedom fighter turned first officer. Visitor captured Kira's independence, vulnerability, and strong sense of justice, making her transformation from warrior to leader feel authentic and compelling. Her performance tackled complex political and ethical issues, and her chemistry with co-stars Avery Brooks and Renée Auberjonois added emotional layers to Kira's journey. Through Kira Nerys, Visitor explored themes of personal growth, trauma, and leadership, making her one of the standout characters in the Star Trek universe. Nana Visitor, born on July 26, 1957, is currently 67 years old and continues to be active in the entertainment industry. She regularly engages with fans at conventions and has reprised her role as Kira Nerys in voice acting projects. Visitor's portrayal of Kira Nerys has received widespread acclaim for breaking the mold of typical female characters in science fiction. She portrayed a strong, independent woman who leads her people after the war and occupation. Visitor has spoken about the importance of Kira in representing women in leadership and resistance movements. Outside of Star Trek, she has also participated in theater productions and television shows, continuing to showcase the diversity of her acting abilities. Nana Visitor began her acting career in theater and television, taking on guest roles in popular shows during the 1980s. Her breakthrough came in 1993 when she was cast as Kira Nerys in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. Visitor brought a unique intensity to the role, allowing her character to evolve over the course of 7 seasons, from a soldier fighting for the independence of the Bajoran people to a diplomatic leader seeking peace and stability. Nana Visitor was born in New York City into an artistic family, with her mother being a ballet teacher and her father a choreographer. Her love for the performing arts developed at a young age, and she pursued an acting career with a strong passion. Over the years, she has shared her journey in Hollywood, including the challenges of balancing work and motherhood while taking on the lead role in Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. Visitor has been married 3 times and has 2 children. She was once married to her Star Trek co-star, Alexander Siddig, Dr. Julian Bashir, and they have a son together. Her personal experiences have influenced her acting style, particularly the strength and resilience she brought to her character, Kira Nerys. Visitor's performance as Kira Nerys earned her multiple nominations for the Saturn Award for Best Actress on Television, although she did not win major awards from the industry. However, her performance was still praised for its complexity and emotional depth. Nana Visitor also performed many action scenes in Deep Space Nine, demonstrating her commitment to bringing authenticity to this challenging role. Her real-life pregnancy was written into the Deep Space Nine storyline, leading to one of the show's major plot points, where Kira serves as a surrogate for Chief O'Brien and his wife Keiko. Michelle Yeoh's portrayal of Philippa Georgiou in Star Trek, Discovery, showcased her versatility by playing both a noble captain and a ruthless emperor. Her Captain Georgiou was wise and compassionate, while her Emperor Georgiou was cold and calculating. The ability to switch between these 2 contrasting characters made Georgiou a fan favorite and enriched the series' storyline. Her dynamic with Sonequa Martin Green, who played Michael Burnham, became central to the emotional depth of the show, particularly in their complex relationship. Michelle Yeoh, born on August 6, 1962, is currently 62 years old and remains a leading figure in international cinema, praised for her performances in both Hollywood and Asian films. Her casting in Star Trek, Discovery was a pivotal moment for representation in the Star Trek universe, as she became one of the most prominent Asian actors to take on a major role in this franchise. Her portrayal, particularly as Emperor Georgiou, sparked discussions about the possibility of a spin-off series focused on her character, especially with her involvement in the secretive Section 31 intelligence division within the Star Trek universe. Michelle Yeoh began her career as a beauty queen before transitioning into acting, quickly becoming a star in Hong Kong's action cinema in the 1990s. She gained fame for performing most of her own stunts and rose to prominence in the martial arts and action film genres. Her breakthrough role in Hollywood came in Tomorrow Never Dies, 1997, where she played the strong and decisive Bond girl Wai Lin. Her performance in Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon further solidified her international fame, and she continued to take on roles in both Western and Eastern films, establishing herself as a versatile and globally recognized actress. Michelle Yeoh was born in Ipoh, Malaysia, into a Malaysian Chinese family. She initially pursued ballet before transitioning to acting. Her training and experience in dance greatly influenced the grace and precision she brought to her action scenes. Yeoh is known for her serious work ethic and often performs her own stunts, which has earned her recognition in the action film genre. Her dedication and versatility have made her a respected figure in both martial arts and mainstream cinema. Michelle Yeoh has had a long-term relationship with John Todt, the former CEO of Ferrari, and they have been engaged for many years. She keeps her personal life relatively private, sharing little about her private affairs, but she has publicly expressed her support for humanitarian causes, particularly in advancing gender equality and empowering women. Throughout her career, Michelle Yeoh has received numerous awards, including nominations for BAFTA and SAG awards. She has been recognized for her pioneering role in action cinema as well as her outstanding performances in critically acclaimed films such as Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Michelle Yeoh's work in Star Trek. Discovery has further cemented her global fame, and in 2023, she made history as the first Asian actress to win the Academy Award for Best Actress for her role in Everything Everywhere All at Once, marking a significant milestone in her illustrious career. Yeoh is one of the few actresses who performs many of her own action stunts in films, contributing to her reputation as one of the most powerful action stars in cinema. She was appointed as a Goodwill Ambassador for the UNDP in 2016, advocating for sustainable development and poverty reduction. Yeoh has also been honored in Malaysia, receiving prestigious awards, including the title of Tan Sri, to recognize her contributions to the arts. Marina Sirtis, who portrayed Deanna Troi in Star Trek: The Next Generation, brought empathy and emotional intelligence to the show. As the ship's counselor, Troi provided emotional support and insight into the psychological states of the crew, balancing vulnerability with strength. Sirtis's performance highlighted themes of mental health and emotional connection, making Troi a beloved and essential character in the series. Her dynamic with Jonathan Frakes, who played Commander Riker, added romantic depth to the storyline, further enriching the show's exploration of relationships and personal growth. Marina Sirtis was born on March 29, 1955, and at 69 years old, she continues to be an active figure in the entertainment industry, taking on roles in television, film, and voice acting. She remains a beloved figure within the Star Trek community. Beyond her work in Star Trek, Sirtis has lent her voice to various characters in animated films and television shows, showcasing her versatility as a performer. Additionally, she frequently participates in conventions and fan events, staying closely connected with the Star Trek fan base and further cementing her place in the franchise's legacy. Marina Sirtis began her acting career in British theater and television before moving to the United States. Her breakthrough role came in 1987 when she was cast as Deanna Troi in Star Trek: The Next Generation. Initially, the character was written as somewhat emotionally reserved, but Sirtis's performance added depth and complexity, making Troi an essential and beloved character throughout the series. Marina Sirtis was born in London, England, to a Greek family, and pursued her acting career despite her family's disapproval. She found success in the science fiction genre, particularly with Star Trek. Sirtis has shared much about her journey in Hollywood and the challenges she faced as a woman in the industry. Marina Sirtis was married to musician Michael Lamper until his passing in 2019. She often shares stories about their life together, reflecting the balance between her work and personal life. Although they did not have children, she maintains close relationships with her extended family and Star Trek co-stars, whom she considers her family. Initially, Sirtis was considered for the role of Tasha Yar, while Denise Crosby auditioned for Deanna Troi. The roles were swapped before production began. Sirtis was also initially hesitant about the revealing costumes of her character in the early seasons, but later accepted and embraced the changes in Troi's attire as the character was promoted and took on more responsibilities. She is a strong supporter of charitable organizations, especially those related to animal welfare. Jeri Ryan brought complexity and emotional depth to the character of Seven of Nine in Star Trek, Voyager. As a former Borg struggling to regain her humanity, Ryan portrayed Seven's internal conflict between logic and emotion. Her subtle performance, combined with strong chemistry with the cast, especially with Kate Mulgrew as Captain Janeway, helped make Seven one of the most memorable and compelling characters in Star Trek history. Jeri Ryan was born on February 22, 1968, and at 56 years old, she remains a prominent figure in the television industry, continuing to take on various roles that showcase her versatility and enduring presence in the entertainment world. Beyond her fame with Star Trek, Ryan has had a successful career with roles in many other notable TV shows. She returned to the Star Trek universe in Star Trek Picard, reprising her role as Seven of Nine, and received significant praise from audiences for demonstrating the development and growth of the character. Jeri Ryan began her career in the early 1990s with guest roles on various television shows. Her breakout role came in 1997 when she joined Star Trek, Voyager as Seven of Nine in the 4th season, significantly boosting the show's popularity. The character's development from a cold and detached Borg to a more emotionally complex individual allowed Ryan to showcase her acting range, earning widespread acclaim from critics. Jeri Ryan was born in Munich, Germany, where her father served as a U.S. Army officer. She later moved to the United States and pursued a career in acting after graduating with a degree in theater. Ryan has been open about balancing her career with her personal life, including her 2 marriages and her role as a mother. She has 2 children from her marriages and is known for being a devoted mother, often sharing the challenges of managing her busy acting career while raising her kids. Jeri Ryan received widespread recognition for her role as Seven of Nine, winning the Saturn Award for Best Supporting Actress on Television. Her ability to portray the internal struggle of the character, torn between the cold logic of the Borg and the process of rediscovering her humanity, left a lasting impression on both fans and critics. She continued to receive praise for her return to the role in Star Trek, Picard, where she added a new emotional depth to Seven's journey. Ryan, quote, personal life attracted public attention, particularly during her divorce from politician Jack Ryan, which indirectly affected his political career during his 2004 U.S. Senate campaign. Despite the public scrutiny, Jeri Ryan has maintained her focus on her acting career and stayed away from controversies. Jeri Ryan initially hesitated to take on the role of Seven of Nine, but over time, this role became one of her most famous and beloved. Her performance contributed to a significant increase in viewership for Star Trek, Voyager during her time on the show. In addition to her acting career, Ryan is a passionate chef and once owned a restaurant called Aolin in Los Angeles, showcasing her diverse interests beyond acting. Jolene Blalock portrayed T'Pol, adding depth to the character as the first Vulcan science officer to work alongside humans. T'Pol's journey highlighted themes such as loyalty, logic versus emotion, and cultural differences. Blalock excellently conveyed T'Pol's internal struggle between her Vulcan heritage and the influence of human emotions. Her portrayal, along with her interactions with co-stars Scott Bakula and Connor Trinneer, enhanced the value of the show. Blalock's dedication to her role made T'Pol one of the most memorable characters in the Star Trek universe. Jolene Blalock was born on March 5, 1975, making her 49 years old. Although she has since stepped back from acting, her portrayal of T'Pol remains a highlight in her career, and she is celebrated by Star Trek fans for her contribution to the franchise. Beyond Star Trek, Blaylock appeared in various science fiction and action films, demonstrating her versatility as an actress. She received several Saturn Award nominations for her role as T'Pol, which reflects her significant impact on the show and her fan base. Jolene Blaylock was born and raised in San Diego, California, and moved to Europe as a teenager to pursue a modeling career before transitioning to acting. She expressed her passion for science fiction, which led her to the role of T'Pol. Blaylock is married to businessman Michael Rapino, with whom she has 3 children. Known for her privacy, Blaylock occasionally shares insights into her family life and the joys of being a mother. She is a self-proclaimed Star Trek fan, which influenced her decision to audition for the role of T'Pol. Blaylock thoroughly prepared for her role as a Vulcan, learning how to maintain composure and speak in a manner befitting the Vulcan style.